Good leaders understand that the most valuable asset in their organization is its people. And they know that they have to be intimately involved in the people processes for the organization to succeed. They do this in a number of ways. Number one, they have to be very involved in the hiring. If leaders just leave hiring to HR, then they can't be assured of the kind of talent that they'll achieve. Often the objectives of HR are different than the objectives of the leader. Often the leader hasn't always been really clear in explaining to HR what his objectives are. So critical that a leader take the initiative in making sure that the people who come on board in the organization are exactly the people that he wants in those positions. Number two, once they're on board, he has to very clearly succession plan. Many leaders don't do this. They think it's too time-consuming. They think it's not really necessary. But I will look a leader straight in the eye and say, if you were hit by a bus tomorrow, who would take over in your organization? Sometimes they can name someone. Often they can't. Even if they can name someone, I say, are they ready tomorrow? And usually the answer is, well, no, they're not. Because leaders also need to develop the people that they hire. They hire them, and then they mentor them in many different ways, through leadership academies, through one-on-one coaching, through mentoring within the organization. Many different ways that leaders can be developed. And there are many different ways that leaders should be developed, because the development is critical to the success of the organization. I think the third thing that leaders do when they're working with people is they pull their senior leaders together and they have frank, honest talks about the talent in the organization. They identify talent gaps. They identify people who can be moved forward with more skill and development. And they identify the people who just aren't making the grade and need additional coaching to succeed. When leaders have robust, honest discussions about the talent in the organization, often they find that someone who's felt a small niggling doubt about someone then has that doubt confirmed by other people in the organization. Often they'll find that they get a very accurate assessment when a number of them get together and do sort of a 360 evaluation on that person. The kinds of things that will surface in that sort of an evaluation: maybe someone is about to be moved to a key leadership position and isn't quite ready. They need more development. Maybe someone is about to be placed in a key sales position, but they're just not the person for the job. Someone else has to be brought in from the outside. Maybe someone who hasn't seemed like such a talent is observed by several people to be a real powerhouse, and that person now deserves more development because they should be moved into a key position in a year or two. Those sorts of discussions, honest, frank discussions among the top executives in the company, can often yield a real gold mine of information about people. And so I ask you as a leader, are you hiring the best people for your organization, or are you leaving it to HR? Are you mentoring the people in your organization to help them become the best they can be? And lastly, are you having truly robust discussions about people in your organization with your top executives, so that you can accurately assess where the talent should go, where the additional skill gaps are that need to be filled, and how you can move the organization forward with the people that you have in place?